and they continue to fight for.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to my main channel. Today we're going to be reacting to The Sheild, A Decade of Dominance. Yeah, I'm going to be adding more wrestling content to this page. So, The Sheild, one of the most dominant factions in professional wrestling. You know, they have changed the faction game. Like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose / John Moxley. They have become one of the most famous faction of wrestling, professional wrestling today. I mean, there's other factions like who are popular, like DX, the Four Horsemen, Evolution, New Day, the Bloodline, um, Judgment Day. There's other factions that are like popular out there, but we're focusing on this Shield today. So yeah. So I hope you like, share, comment on this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's get into it.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
10 years, 3 performers, 3 different stories told 3 completely different ways. They fought each other, they fought the world, and they continue to fight for their name. 2012 was the year that the Shield made their debut, and it sounds weird to say now, but look at these guys. Did you think that they'd become the flag bearers of the wrestling industry?
When they debuted, I didn't know who these guys were. I was like, who are they? Okay. It was interesting because they were like some unknown names that I didn't know about. Went in, they attacked Ryback. I think they attacked John Cena, didn't they? I think they attacked John Cena. They didn't attack CM Punk. So like the way they debuted was amazing. It was an amazing debut for this trio. For Seth, Dean / John Moxley, and Roman Reigns. They made an impact on their debuts.
If you're saying yeah, you're probably lying. That day in November, it didn't seem very likely, but all these years later, here we stand with Seth Rollins, John Moxley, and Roman Reigns as the cornerstones of the wrestling business in North America.
That they are. They are definitely the cornerstones. Like all 3 are holding champions in like AEW and WWE between the 2 companies. They are like the future. And they are the now. So yeah, they are the cornerstones.
Carrying their respective brands with consistency, high-level matches, complex stories, great character work, and an unmatched drive to be and remain the best. For the past 10 years, these 3 have dominated. The Shield was the most popular stable WWE had since Evolution, and that was all the way back in 2003. Their simple premise, ability to do a little bit of everything, and simple but effective rise was something that people just didn't think was possible in the new WWE. It's very rare that all 3 guys come out of a faction and all equate to the same success that these men have, and for the past decade, the Shield has had an ironclad grip on the business, creating 3 superstars who have not only built a great legacy, but entertained us through great matches, moments, and stories which, as time goes on, just like them, become legendary. This is the Shield's decade of dominance. The greatest crop of young talent to ever grace the WWE is the OVW4. 4 men whose accomplishments mainstream.
OVW4, John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, and Batista. Those are like the original OVW4 that everybody remembers and knows of till this day. So yeah.
Reach and overall legacy in the business speaks for itself. Batista, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Randy Orton were integral in shaping the WWE for 20 plus years. Now at legendary status, those
all 4 legends, bar none, all 4 legends. Like Randy Orton, he's still in the WWE, still wrestling. He's become a legend. Like his I don't know, like, would I say most of his references are memorable? Some, depending on how you guys look at it, he has had some memorable, like, matches and moments. Brock Lesnar, if we're talking about, like, 2004, 2003 Brock Lesnar, when I was watching him, he was putting on wrestling clinics. Like the one I counted mine is like him versus Kurt Angle WrestleMania. That was a good match. John Cena, Thugonomics, and like now like Thugonomics, the hustle, loyalty, respect guy. He took those two characters to new heights. You know, people, and then like when they got around, like he had his like down period, like from 2005 to like 2015. People didn't like John Cena for 10 years. People didn't like John Cena. 10 years. He's now starting to get over with the fan base. Now that he's in Hollywood, comes back, people are starting to cheer him more. So, and then like Batista, yeah. Well, he's doing his thing in Hollywood. Ever since he came back in like 2014, people didn't really take a kindness to him. You know, this was during the whole Daniel Bryan yes movement. So, yeah, if it wasn't for Daniel Bryan, he would have got cheered. Who else? I covered all four. So yeah, all those four are legends.
Four are also a template on how to build stars and take calculated risks to do so. WWE let them shine on their own, put them against legends, or simply just let them simmer long enough to the point where the crowd was really hungry for them to become a top star. From slow burn stories to authentically connecting with the audience to mega pushes and one guy flat out killing every legend in his path, WWE with these guys developed four of the biggest stars ever. But once they hit their peak, WWE struggled to create stars of a high stature, and make no mistake, they've not created stars of these four's magnitude since. The people who watched these guys' entire career know how big they were at their peak. Where I'm going with this is around that 2009 to 2014 area, WWE tried with different experiments, and more often than not, they failed. Too much too soon.
Yeah, man. Ryback ruined his own career. I mean, like WWE ruined his like push when they gave him some momentum and then had him face CM Punk at the hell. Yeah. They ruined his momentum right in that cage. So, and then like after that, Ryback ruined his own career with the whole Twitter thing and his beef with WWE, like just saying some dumb stuff on Twitter that got him canceled. He's canceled.
Not connecting with the audience, the wrong character, horrible gimmicks, or just a flat out lack of skills were just some of the reasons they couldn't rebuild and give audiences new characters to sink their teeth into and move into a new generation. But in 2012, that changed. Let's forget OVW and look down to FCW. Here we'd see a young man formerly known as Tyler Black. Well-traveled and having competed in professional wrestling since 2005, he was scooped up by the WWE in 2010. Technically sound, proficient on the mic, and rest assured, very confident of his abilities, he was a gem in the WWE pipeline. He began competing at an
back then I wasn't watching FCW or like NXT back then. I wasn't watching it NXT like that or FCW like that. So I didn't know about him, Dean or Roman. Like I wasn't watching like that show like that because I didn't know about it until like 2018, 2019. I started watching NXT in 2018, 2019. So yeah, no. Yeah, it was 2018, 2019 when I started watching. Around that time when I started watching NXT. And I started to get all these like indies wrestlers on NXT making a name for themselves, having great matches. So, yeah.
Early age, and his love of wrestling and undeniable talent landed him a contract with the biggest wrestling giant in the world. With him was a man by the name of Jon Moxley, now turned Dean Ambrose. For him, he'd made his debut just a few months before Rollins in 2004, and it took a very simple Google search to see the gruesome and barbaric nature of some of his matches in CZW. A brawler who was the jack of all trades and master of none, willing to put his body on the line and bring an authentic feel to a program which sometimes doesn't feel so authentic. Lastly, we had a pro athlete turned professional wrestler. From the gridiron to the mat, was a man by the name of Leaki, but this wasn't just any football player turned wrestler. He was a member of the legendary Anoa'i family, consisting of Yokozuna, Umaga, Rikishi, The Rock, among others. A football player who had aspirations of making it big time, but when that didn't work out because of circumstances out of his hand, he spent time up north in the CFL before eventually moving into the family business. An amazing physique, the embodiment of what WWE looked for in their top guys, but out of the three I've mentioned, the least seasoned. When three guys with completely different personalities, backgrounds, and styles were put together, you'd be surprised at what was about to happen. While they were perfecting their craft in Florida, one man was touring the world as the WWE champion, and that was CM Punk. He was holding the WWE title for what would eventually go on to be 434 days, and he pitched the idea of having a group that would do his dirty work in efforts to keep things fresh. The idea suggested was a group of mercenaries: Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and another independent star turned WWE recruit, Cassius Ohno.
Film Degrees at Full Sail University puts the tools in your hands to develop your artistic vision and become a creative storyteller. In our film program, you'll gain hands-on experience working with professional equipment as you create film.
Originally, it was supposed to be Cassius Ohno with Seth and Dean, but I guess they I don't know if it was like last second or plans changed that for it to be Roman, which worked out with Roman. If Cassius Ohno would have been in it, I don't know if it would have worked. So yeah.
Films on our Hollywood.
Roman was a great choice for this group, and those men became stars in this in professional wrestling. They became stars.
Style backlot and sound stages. Collaborate with the crew and.
Which WWE liked the idea of two of them, but instead wanted Roman Reigns to replace Ohno. In the eyes of Vince McMahon and Triple H, it just didn't work. Survivor Series 2012 is where these three men would emerge from the crowd dressed in all black and dismantle Ryback.
When I saw it, I was like, who are these guys? Okay, I don't know, I didn't know. I went from I don't know who these guys are to hating these guys. I really did. They really make me hate them. And you gotta give WWE booking for making me hate these three guys. They